They've been maneuvered. The fight has shifted. The ground narrows. The ravine yawns right behind the assassin. The Alpha's nostrils flare. One final, desperate gamble. He slams his fists together, twists, and with the force of a mountain drives both powerful arms square into the assassin's chest. Impact. Assassin is hurled into the void behind him, a blur of black and glowing green. 60 feet down to floor. Branches shatter. Frost and snow detonates from limbs of trees. Then, thud. A distant, echoing crash. The Alpha stands tall at the edge. Chest heaving, steam rolls from its nostrils. It doesn't look down. It believes the threat is over. It is wrong. Time stretches out. Exhaustion weighs on every wound from the fight. The Alpha limps forward into darkness. Every step a battle against fatigue creeping in. Blood grasps to its fur. Bruises bloom across muscle like dead stars. But instinct whispers, not yet. The shadow lives. Almost 2 miles to the lair, the longest distance of its life. Each step is agony. Ribs scraping bone, lungs hissing steam. But a deeper agony grows inside its skull, uncertainty. Moonlight fractures through the branches, carving long, twisted blades of shadow across the snow. Every dark shape looks like him. It pauses, listening. Nothing. It sniffs the air, searching. Nothing. But that silence is wrong. Too perfect, too watchful. Fear, a new and unwelcome predator, slithers beneath its thick hide. A twig snaps behind it. The Alpha whips around, ready to strike. Only wind. Blood drips, hissing on the ice. Its heartbeat becomes a traitor, pounding out its location into the night. If the ghost isn't behind it, he's already ahead. For the first time, the Alpha realizes it is not the hunter tonight. It is the hunted. Only 80 yards to the lair. Cold, silent. The Alpha convinces itself it is safe, safe enough to rest. Half alert, half alive. Hours crawl by in stuttering breaths, then slowly it rises again. Some strength restored, some wounds knitted shut. Enough to move. It turns toward the sanctuary's hollow. A flicker of fear gnaws at the edges of its mind. It refuses it. Pushes doubt into the snow. Home. Almost home. It takes 2 steps and stops, frozen. Terror. 2 jade-green lights ignite the dark. Soulless eyes, unblinking, watching. The armored assassin stands there, alive, silent, unshaken, unstoppable, unimpressed. No blood, no limp, no hesitation, only purpose, only the termination of the Alpha. Rage and disbelief churn inside the giant's chest. It summons the primal fire that once tore a horned skull face apart in a blizzard of ice and death. This isn't dominance. This isn't territory. This is survival at any cost. It must win. Snow drifts like ash between them. 2 predators in absolute silence. The Alpha coils to strike, but a commanding voice, cold, precise, and inescapable, echoes throughout the area where the 2 predators are standing, arresting the Alpha mid-stride before the armored assassin.
I am finished with this game with you. This ends now. Your ending is at hand.
Without warning, one of the assassin's drones activates, projecting holographic images of the Alpha's slain sons, each one displayed, deliberate and unforgiving. The forest goes still. The Alpha roars in rage. A strike explodes against its chest, air ripped from its lungs, knees hit ice, hands seize its skull, lift, crack, shattered bone, white heat in its brain. Instinct lashes, a powerful uppercut swing with every ounces of strength it has left. Assassin is sent hurling into surrounding forest, trees obliterated in his path. Snow bursts like artillery fire. But when the Alpha breathes again, Assassin is already there, armor cracked, dented, glowing with a predator's purpose. Too fast, too precise. The Assassin is a blur of movement. But for the Alpha, the terror is only beginning again. Devastating blows come from every direction, every angle, too fast to track, too brutal to comprehend. It is being beaten down, reduced mentally with every impact to its body. Each strike sends shock waves through its massive frame and into the earth itself, the ground cracking and collapsing beneath the force of this one-sided assault. There is no chance to defend, no chance to counter, no chance in hell to survive. Then, movement behind him so fast, one very precise and devastating strike at the spine right at Alpha's the waistline. Enough to fire and ice detonate inside his body, legs vanish beneath him. He falls, face first into icy puddle. Shock, awareness, horror. But below the waist? Nothing. Assassin stands over him, motionless, deciding.
You were never the apex predator. That's me. I am the ultimate apex predator of this world, and the one where I originally came from. You and your family found out the hard way. So will all the others who lurk in the shadows or operate in the shadows of this world.
Then the fog, silence, coldness. He vanishes. Armored assassin vanished into the forest without looking back, melting into the shadows cast by snow-laden pines. Moonlight fractured across his armor, then lost him entirely. A silent command pulsed from his neural link. One drone broke formation and drifted toward the fallen juvenile, optics widening, weapons dormant but ready. Watch. The second drone lingered above the alpha male, hovering just out of reach, sensors tracking breath rate, muscle spasms, fading rage. Observe. Record. The assassin moved fast and low, cutting through terrain only predators knew how to read. He headed toward the creek bed, the place he had cached his equipment, and left the dead. Alpha female, subadult male. Their bodies lay where they fell, massive shapes half buried in snow and ice, steam long gone. The blood had frozen dark and crystalline. He did not slow. Top predators fall, and the vacuum never stays empty. Something always tries to rise. Not my concern, he thought, unless they interfere with his task this night. He was halfway to the creek when internal scanners flared, soft, insistent. 2 contacts, one stalking him, the other trailing both of them. His pace did not change. His posture did. A half-degree shift of his shoulders, a subtle widening of stance. Then, the smaller creature broke cover, fast, low, reckless, dogmen. It lunged from the undergrowth in a blur of gray muscle and bared teeth, jaws snapping. Steel flashed once. The blade cleared its scabbard in flash of purple and green energy. The dogman's head separated cleanly, momentum carrying its body forward another step before it collapsed into the snow. No scream, no struggle. Assassin did not look down. His sword remained in hand. His gaze lifted. The second presence revealed itself without stepping closer. 9 feet tall, broader, heavier, older. Its silhouette stood between trees, breath fogging the cold air, eyes reflecting moonlight but lacking the madness of the first. It had watched, calculated. The forest went still, waiting to move again. Assassin straightened fully now, blade angled downward, relaxed but ready. His goggles burned jade green, slanted and unblinking. No words were spoken. None were needed. The message was absolute. You may leave, or you may die your choice. The larger creature held the stare for a long moment. Then it stepped backward, once, twice, and slipped silently into the darkness, branches swallowing its shape as if the forest itself had chosen to forget it. Assassin sheathed his blade. He turned back toward the creek bed and lifted the first Bigfoot he had killed that night, dead weight slung effortlessly over one shoulder. Snow crunched beneath his boots as he retraced his path. Ahead waited the alpha female, the sub-adult male, and soon, then on to alpha, that the assassin left, physically broken and almost mentally broken. After several long minutes, the alpha lifts his head from the snow-choked ground. Through blurred vision, he sees it, the entrance to the lair. An ember of hope flickers weakly in his chest. If he can reach it, if he can crawl just a little farther, he can escape. Within the lair waits the floating fire, the passage back to his home world, a place to heal, to survive, to begin again. But first, he must reach it. Bit by bit, he drags himself forward. Crawl, rest, crawl, rest. Only his upper body answers him now. 50 yards, so close. Yet with every inch gained, a heavier truth settles over him. In this broken state, he is prey. Dogman, another hunter, something worse. Anything could end him now. The forest remains unnaturally still. Too still. The silence presses in, gnawing at him. Not empty, not random. Mocking. No, it isn't the wind, it is the forest itself. And in its hushed breath something ancient whispers. Justice is coming. The alpha snarls and forces himself onward. He cannot stop. He will not stop. The lair is almost within reach. Then, the world lurches. He is ripped backward down the slope by an unseen force. Terror detonates inside him. An iron grip clamps around the back of his neck. His body is hurled forward, slammed into a massive tree. Snow explodes outward. Pain roars through his spine. And then he sees him, standing there, silent, unmoving. No, not the forest, not a rival, not fate. The destroyer of his bloodline, standing before him once more.
Do you understand now? Do you understand? If not, you will very soon. Now you know how those two human males felt when your family ended their bloodlines. I'm going to hunt down every one of your kind, and others who hunts in the dark, and others that hid in the shadows. Hunting season starts today. Don't worry, I brought your family to go with you.
Thud. His mate's corpse. Thud. Son. Thud. Second son. His bloodline ended. Red-orange light burns open, a door of liquid glass. Salt air invades the frozen valley. Waves roar beyond the veil. Earthbound. Reach limited. 2,800 miles radius. Just far enough. To reach water off the Alaska coast. Assassin throws the bodies through. Then, the Alpha is tossed through the portal into the sea, one final judgment. The portal seals like a flame swallowed by snow. Black water crashes over him. He surfaces, gasping, lungs burning, fighting, clawing for life. His hand finds driftwood, one last piece of hope. But before survival can take root, before relief can even form, instinct screams danger. The water shifts, tentacles rise from the depths. Suckered limbs lined with teeth snap tight around his body. Bone creaks, breath vanishes. He is dragged under, the surface sealing above him, the deep swallowing his screams. Inside his mind, a voice cuts through the darkness. Now you know how the humans felt. As the Alpha is pulled into the abyss, before his vision fades, 3 severed heads drift past him. 2 are his sons. The third, his mate. The rain was long, the rain was brutal. And now, it is over. The forest stands still, feeling free, breathing. The assassin moves through the trees toward what was once the Bigfoot's lair. No rush, No fear. Predator after the kill. He stops 20 yards from the entrance where the Alpha and his family once lived. Fog coils around him. Snow twists upward in the wind. Silence.
So, this is Earth, from what little I can remember. Then, you are finally home at last.
Snow lifts from the ground. The air holds its breath. A voice drifts through the world, old as the earth itself, soft, alive. The same voice that thanked the assassin earlier this night. He turns. A woman's head hovers in the cold air. Beautiful. Eyes of frozen blue, ancient and unblinking. I'm Gaia, or Mother Nature, and welcome home, young man. Thank you for removing those creatures from this world, but their kind is not finished. There are more, and others beyond them, as you have already seen. And for the first time since the void, the world does not turn away. Assassin internal, AI lets him know it doesn't detect any energy reading from vision in front of them, even though they can see her. Nobody says a word. Thank you for watching Part 2 of Chapter 2 of Shadow Ronin. Please give a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks again. See you in Chapter 3.